Awesome. GM everyone. Welcome back to another Astar AMA. And today we are here with great and amazing guests. So for those who might know for those who are new to Astar, you might already know a few of our guests. For those who don't know, we will be introducing and just stay tuned. More and more topics to discuss today, and we will be doing great. So let's start with Martin. And how are you today, Martin?
Hey, hello. I hope my mic is okay. GM, welcome everyone to this space. Um, Thank you for organizing and looking forward to this. So my name is Maarten. I'm the head of Astar Foundation. I have been working from Astar since day one, even before Astar existed. Those who are like the real OGs listening in, those who still recognize Plasm, that was the time that I joined. And today I'm here to represent Astar Foundation and here to represent the upcoming milestones and achievements that we will be doing for 2025. Excited to be here and looking forward for the rest of the conversation. At the same time, if there are any questions on X or YouTube or whatever, feel free to drop them there. And we are more than happy to pick them up and answer them at the end of this end of this call. So thank you.
Thanks, Martin. It's great to have you here today. And we have Guenael. So please share about what are you up to at Astor, and new users would also like to know more about you.
Thank you, Teja. Thanks for doing this today. First of all, welcome everyone to this community call. I think it's been like a while since we did the last one, probably somewhere like in November or December. So that's like great to be able to interact with the community again. For the ones who don't know me, I'm G or Gaius Sama on Astar or Sonium. I'm mainly focusing on everything related to community and also in charge of the Astar marketing. So this is one of the my main focus, let's say, at the moment, making sure users and every one of you have all the information that you need when it comes to everything we do on Astar. Thanks, Teja.
Awesome. Thanks, Jay. And we have Jay as well. So good to see you here, Jay. And please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jay, Protocol Manager at Startail. My role is heavily focused on Astar's evolution, expanding Astar from a network to a collective. So to achieve this, I designed and coordinate the Astar Contribution Score, or ACS campaign, which launched yesterday. So this campaign is aimed at expanding Astar tokens to Sonium, one of the three pillars of Astar Evolution Phase 1.5. And I'm trying to actively participate in both Astar governance and Optimism governance to ensure that Astar connects both the Polkadot and Ethereum ecosystems. So looking forward to working with the community to make Astar an even more interconnected ecosystem. Thank you.
That's great. Thanks, Jay, for sharing about yourself and also your position. So now, guys, let's move on to our main topic for today, discussing about ACS campaign and also new dApp staking season, which is just started today. And in today's agenda, we have we will also be knowing what is Astar and where is Astar at, and also Astar's roadmap as well. We will also be checking what is Astar's Evolution 1.5 blockchain to collective and coming to new dApp staking period. Also, knowing more information about Sonium and exciting one ACS followed by question and part. So, Martin, the floor is yours. Please share what is Astar and what's its current roadmap and what are the future plans and updates as well.
Okay, cool. I definitely will. And for this one, I will mainly focus on the SR Evolution 1.5. As Jay already mentioned in his intro, and SR is becoming a collective. What does this mean is that SR Foundation is just one part of the entities behind pushing SR forward. And from Astar Foundation, there are three core pillars that we are focusing on. One is related to the Astar interoperability. Is all everything that is coming together when it's related to Astar, expanding it to Sonium, expanding it to the superchain, expanding it further into the Polkadot ecosystem, making sure that the interoperability to transfer Astar token around is on point. We are working for this part, working with top infrastructures as Chainlink, working with um, protocols like Layer Zero as well when it comes to the liquid staking tokens of Astar as well that are currently being done by Bifrost, currently being done by Algem as well as Nemo Finance. So making sure that Astar is completely interoperable with all the ecosystems that we are working for. And this is what the collective is meant to be. Um, the Astar token expansion, focusing on making Astar more visible to new people, making Astar more attractive for the OGs or for the older holders of the Astar token to give them more utility, and at the same time as well increase the value of the Astar token. Another core pillar that we have been focusing on is the decentralization of our network further. And this is where we introduce the Astar governance. You can already check this out on astar.subsquare.io. This is the homepage for everything related to the governance. This is where we have treasury proposals. This is where we do the runtime upgrades. This is where we share everything related to dApp staking, project delisting, as well as listing of project, and this is where everything is governed by the ASTA token. So you, as an ASTA holder, has a strong voice in the direction of ASTA network moving forward, or the ASTA collective moving forward. So what are the plans for this half year? Let me say it like this. It's mainly on further cultivating the developers, the user acquisition, and the user community in the Sonium ecosystem. This is where we put the Astar token as one of the routing assets on the Sonium ecosystem. What does it mean with routing assets is that the moment people will go to an ecosystem like Sonium from outside of Astar network or outside of Astar community, they will see when they go into an application or to a dApp a prominent presence of Astar. And this gives the feeling that the Astar is one of the key ecosystem growth assets that is available. While Sonium is already live for, I believe now, for 6 weeks or 5 to 6 weeks, we already identified that Astar is heavily held by the Sonium community. What does this mean? If you check out the Astar contract, the Astar token contract on Sonium, you will already see there are 76K already holders on Sonium. Those are existing Astar holders, but also tons of new holders. And this is the goal that or the objective that we have set. And from now, for 6 weeks old Sonium, we can say this is very successful. Another thing that we are as well focusing on from the Astar Foundation is the ACS campaign, launched yesterday. More will be coming up later in this call. And then we are also looking into further conduct selective investments related to activities on Sonium from Astar Foundation to increase the value of Astar, but to also increase the treasury of Astar moving forward. At the same time, making sure that the Astar token is adopted in several ecosystems. For Sonium, we made sure that the Astar is compatible with the ERC 7802. This is a standard that makes Astar a superchain adoptive asset. What does this mean? The moment that OP Foundation, OP Labs starts with the production readiness of the interrupt, makes our token, the asset token, also adaptable on all the other superchains, meaning that we will have a fast interactability between Base, between Unichain, between Inc. and further superchains as well, making Astar an ecosystem growth token as well in the whole superchain. At the same time, we are at this moment as well building our token pools as well directly to the Ethereum L1. And this is related to the initiative that we are now taking with the fast finality layer, is that the Astar token itself will be staked on the L1 to further secure the Sonium L2. What does this mean is that the Astar token will be used as a collateral for the fast finality happening on Sonium. This is something that is heavily discussed as well in the forum. We already have pushed out a media announcement as well for this. So feel free to check that out as well. This is also one of the initiatives. At the same time, from the development side, we are heavily focusing on the async backing, the upcoming gem that is coming on Polkadot. We are enhancing our dApp staking as well. This is where we are building out the move function. So if you stake now on a dApp during this new season, you will have extra rewards as a bonus because you are voting in the 10 days of the voting and earn period. So you get extra bonus rewards. Then we go into the build and earn period. This is where you can now also transfer your assets to other applications you like without losing your bonus rewards. This wasn't possible before, so this will be coming up as well. And then we will be further in advancing the dApp staking parameters. Also a discussion happening on the forum where Astar Foundation will take the lead in adjusting the tiers, adjusting the reward system to make it more balanced with the current market as well as the current Astar ecosystem and making it upgradable for the long term as well. So soon we will as well announce further steps when it comes to dApp staking improvements. And then the whole dev team that is focusing on the uplifts, the Polkadot SDK uplifts, and so on. So a lot of work has been done, and a lot of work still has to be done. But the main focus for Astar Foundation is now to further expand the Astar token and increase its value. We are currently working with key partners in this, focusing on different areas, the Chinese market, Japanese market, Korean market, and so on, to make sure that the value of Astar is recognized and also is recognized as one of the rooting assets when it comes to Sonium ecosystem. So stay tuned. More updates will come during this call as well when it comes to ACS as well as the new dApp staking cycle. And feel free to hit any questions moving forward, and I'm more than happy to answer them in the Q&A afterwards. So thank you, teacher.
Amazing that you have shared, which are also not on the roadmap or which are also not on the deck. And it's really good to hear from you as well. So let's now move on to the next part. For those who also wants to check out more or read more, you can simply scan this QR code and also go through the blog. And moving on next, we have new dApp staking 004, which is just started today. And G is here with us. So G, kindly share more details. What is dApp staking? How it is different from the previous one to new one, and also users for those who are new to this dApp staking, how can they earn maximum rewards from this? Thanks.
Sure, no problem. Thanks to Jeff for opening this topic. So dApp staking is one of like the core feature of Astar network. It's been around for like many years, and we've made like good improvement about it. So now we are on dApp staking version 3. This one is functioning in cycles. So there is like period dApp staking period. One dApp staking period is divided in two sub periods. So one is the voting period, which we have just entered now, and the second one is the build and earn period. Those two periods last for 11 days and 111 days, so a total of like 120 days each time. The voting period is the perfect moment for any Astar holders to restake and continue to support project in dApp staking. The concept of dApp staking is the stakers will get Astar token as any staking mechanism, but the main difference for this one is you are able like to support dApps and builders in the Astar ecosystem with your staking, meaning like you can decide on one dApp or different dApp up to like 16 per wallet, which project you want to support. By doing this, those projects are also getting Astar tokens from the Astar generated by each block on Astar L1. So this is a really important aspect of our network, because by doing this, you are like again providing support to builders, which are the one like bringing value to the Astar network and the Astar token. So today we are entering the new voting period. You have like 11 days to restake your token. All the token which have been staked from the previous period are like unstake. So we are recommending to decide what to do with your token if you want to stake them again and stake maybe like join to join join the ACS campaign as well. We cannot tell you what to do with your token. Obviously, the goal of the Astar Foundation is to provide different opportunities and create like utilities for the Astar token. So the holders can then like make their own choice and decide what the best options for them, depending on the risk they are like willing to take, or if they want to be like really active or passive stakers. Can you just put back the deck? Okay, thank you. So at the moment, we have like 79 dApps in dApp staking, so you have plenty of choice. They are like divided into categories to make your life easier on which one to choose between like DeFi, NFTs, gaming, utility, um, um, or like community project as well. You just need to enter the Astar portal and move to the dApp staking section, and there you will see all the options. It's pretty straightforward, the way to restake your token. If you stake during the voting period right now, you are also eligible for what we call the bonus APR. Bonus APR is for stakers which are committed to dApp staking because they are like staying for the entire like period, meaning from this new voting period until the next one. If they do and they don't unstake that token, then they get like this bonus on top of the normal staking APR. Can you move to next slide, please? So at the moment, the API is quite attractive in dApp staking, over like 105%, but roughly during one period, we are around like 20% in terms of APR, which is good for staking if you compare to any other like staking solutions in the Web3 industry. dApp staking is also like an important element of the tokenomic of Astar, because depending on the activity of dApp staking, the tokenomics is dynamic, meaning that there is more or less token which are like created on Astar every day. At the moment, you can see the inflation is negative and low, which is like one of the consequences of this dynamic like dApp staking model. This is also like a preview of the portal, meaning like it's really easy for you to decide on which dApp you want to stake. Okay, I think I don't want to be too detailed about dApp staking, because we have been running this for like many years. So I guess like most of you already know how to interact with dApp staking and support those projects. One really cool thing which is coming is the move features for dApp staking. So until now, most of the stakers knew that when you stake during a voting period, if you want to move to a different project, move your staking to a different project, to change your support during the build and run period, you will lose your bonus because you are like changing the project you have been staking from the voting period. And based on like the community feedback, we have been working on the new features which allows you to move your stakes during a build and run period. Meaning you can decide if you are not happy with the dApp you have been like supporting during the voting period, then you can decide to change and support another project and not lose your bonus. So this feature will be deployed when we start the new build and run period, so roughly early March.
About dApp staking and also how users can participate and involve. Of course, yes, most of the users were already have knowledge about dApp staking. For those who are new to this dApp staking, feel free to ask questions on our Discord and Telegram, and we are ready to help you on this. Moving ahead, we have one great sodium, which is close to Astar, and we also want to know how Astar users can benefit in Sonium, and what is Sonium exactly? So, G, again, the floor is yours. Please share more details about Sonium.
Thank you. So Sonium is a new blockchain which has been launched by Sony Block Solution Labs a few months ago. So, like Martin mentioned, 6 weeks ago, I believe. And Astar is a close partner of Sonium, and the goal of the foundation is to make sure that the Astar ecosystem is really like connected to Sonium, and the Astar token is becoming like one of the core assets of the this new like ecosystem. Can you switch to next slide, please? So as part of Astar evolution, which is divided into different phases, first phase was to unleash the potential of Sonium. So it's this like collaboration I've been mentioning. We are kind of like expanding the Astar ecosystem, Astar network, by transforming Astar into a collective. So Astar collective, which is expanding the use cases and the place of Astar from just Astar L1 to Sonium and the broader super chain and Ethereum ecosystem. Can you move to slide? Yeah, not this one. Okay. Since there is a slide missing. But anyway, okay. So Astar has been one of the first assets to be transferred to Sonium. And as you can see, the best way for us to show you that what we've been doing is meaningful for Astar, but also is currently a success, is the data and the metrics of Sonium at the moment, 6 weeks after the launch. Sonium is currently one of like the leading L2s on the Ethereum ecosystem. We are placed like third in terms of daily users. We have over like 2 million roughly like daily transactions, almost like 30 million transactions for the past like 60 days. So this is showing like a clear interest from the Ethereum community and superchain community for this new blockchain being launched with Sony. And with these tractions and interest, we can bring value also to the Astar token and the Astar ecosystem. And as you can see from those metrics, Astar, we have already like over like 400 million Astar which are on Sonium. There is like 5 million transfers over like roughly like 10 million transactions which are related to the Astar token inside Sonium ecosystem. Astar is like the first asset on Sonium. I think like there is a huge interest for the whole Sonium ecosystem regarding the Astar token. So what we are like, what we have promised for many months to the Astar community, and we are thankful you have been like really patient about this, was to make Astar like a central pillar of the Sonium ecosystem, and that's actually what it's happening. The data is proving our point here on Sonium. And this new campaign, which Jay will be talking a bit more in detail just after, it's also our commitment and the hard work from the entire Astar Foundation to collaborate with 30 projects, over like 30 projects in the Sonium ecosystem, to give more and more utilities to the Astar token. So we are expecting those metrics, which are already good, to increase with ACS and show to Ethereum community, superchain community as well, that Astar token and the Astar ecosystem is strong and as like is a valuable asset for anyone on Sonium. We can
Thanks,
probably
Jay.
like move on to Jay if you want to start like explaining SES. There is, I guess, a lot of questions from the community already about this new campaign.
Right. Thanks, G. Thanks for sharing more about Astar and Sonium. Yes, definitely, Astar and Sonium are making changes on the blockchain and standing alone. Definitely, there is a lot to happen for these blockchains, and it will be great in upcoming days. So, moving on to our most exciting part, ACS campaign, which has launched yesterday. And Jay, you can share more details about the ACS campaign and also what's happening in ACS and it also its background. Yeah.
Thank you, Teja. Yes, so ACS Campaign is an ecosystem-wide and score-based system that rewards users for utilizing Astar within the Sonium ecosystem. So this campaign is to position Astar as its primary currency of Sonium. So through this campaign, we have successfully persuaded over 30 projects on Sonium to adopt or integrate Astar tokens into their products, strengthening Astar's position within Sonium. So from a user's perspective, this campaign provides an opportunity to utilize Astar tokens within Sonium. And from a dApp's perspective, it allows projects to showcase their products to a broader audience. So this will basically reinforce the relationship between Astar and Sonium. So this campaign will run for 100 days from yesterday and ending on May 30th. And the total ACS supply is 1 billion. And the reward pool is up to 100 million Astar, which is basically 10 ACS per one Astar token. And the claim page will open approximately 1 week after the campaign ends. So the biggest portion, 70% of the ACS supply, is allocated to the TVL-based category. If you deposit eligible assets into eligible DeFi protocols, you will earn ACS every 12 hours. Currently, there are 11 projects are participating in the TVL-based allocation, which are Kill Finance, QuickSwap, Sake, SonFi, Sonex, Sonus, Stargate, SynStation, Untitled Bank, Velodrome, and WaveX. And we are expecting even more projects to join the campaign progresses. Each asset has a different multiplier. Astar has the highest at 2x, ETH at 1.5x, Astar LSTs and USDC at 1.1x, and 1x for ETH LST, BTC LST, and other stablecoins. The reason we are also distributing ACS to assets beyond Astar is to boost Astar token pairs. But given the multiplier differences, we expect Astar to be the most utilized. The list of eligible assets can be updated as well. So I'll be sharing updates on the forum. Next is discretionary allocation, which is 27.5%. And users can earn ACS by performing certain activities within eligible dApps. Among 27.5% of discretionary allocation, 15% goes to consumer and gaming dApps, while 11.5% is going to DeFi applications. Participating consumer and gaming dApps are Arcada, Biru, Derby Race, Evermoon, Fractal Visions, Mytherium, Pose Studios, Sonova, Superbowl, SynStation, and Unemera. And for DeFi applications, participating projects are Kill Finance, QuickSwap, Sake, SonFi, Sonex, Sonus, Untitled Bank, Velodrome, and WaveX. So just like TVL-based allocation, more projects will be joining during the campaign. So the campaign is structured to 10 seasons, each lasting 10 days. So at the end of each season, we will adjust allocations for those dApps based on their performance. Performance is measured through both quantitative metrics like gas consumption or DAU, and also qualitative factors such as Astar usage. So for dApp teams, the goal is to encourage users to utilize Astar within their platforms. So the more engagement they drive, the the more ACS they will receive. Next, we have 3.5% of ACS for specific ecosystem initiatives. First is Astar Surge allocation. So 2.5% of total ACS is allocated to Astar Surge participants who pre-deposit a Astar before the Sonium mainnet launch and who bridged to Sonium after its launch. The allocation is based on time-weighted amount of bridged assets, and only participants who actually bridged liquidity from Astar network to Sonium will be eligible. This allocation will be distributed on April 1st. Next, we've also set aside 0.5% of ACS for the Sonium meme Spark contest. The idea here is to foster a meme-driven economy while adding utility to Astar tokens. The SoneFi team will managing the contest and setting the distribution rules. So please be sure to check their latest announcement in the future for more details. 0.5% is campaign reserve, which we can allocate strategically as needed. So if anyone has ideas on how we should use this, please let us know. I'd love to hear them. Next page, please. So to sum up, duration 100 days, reward up to 100 million Astar, participating projects, around 30 projects and more to come. Total ACS supply 1 billion ACS and 70% for liquidity providers, 26.5% for dApp users, and 3.5% for other strategic initiatives. And ACS will be updated every 12 hours. So you can check updated ACS every 1 o'clock. Next page. Okay.
And
Yes.
also, this campaign, I think most of you already started participating and also earning ACS points. And for those who are new to this ACS, you can check our blog and also announcements on our socials to know more about ACS. And also, you can go through our forum discussion as well. Coming to our community part, we have few questions, and we have like for dApp stacking, ACS, and also about Sonium. So G, J, and Martin, I'll be going through the questions, and you can simply answer. Coming up, first question, like we have a question for Astar. Did users need to be holding Astar on 16 February midnight for the weight of Astar to qualify for 2.5 ACS score?
Yes, I can answer this question. So if you pre-deposit Astar before Sonium's main launch, you're eligible for the Astar surge allocation, and you don't have to hold it further. But I recommend you to provide liquidity with your Astar tokens or utilize them on Sonium dApps. Thank you.
Thanks, Jay. And moving on to the next question. I see my Sonex points on the ACS page seems missing. So how can it be visible? I think Jay, it's again to you. Jay, you're muted.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Sorry for that. So if you provided liquidity to Sonex, it should be reflected to the website. But if you traded it on Sonex, we distribute ACS to dApps every 12 hours, and then dApps will choose when they're gonna distribute their ACS to the users. So it'll take some time. But we are encouraging each dApp to distribute daily.
Yeah, and
Cool. Yeah.
to add just one note to this, the ACS dashboard is updated every 12 hours. So if you don't see your point now, you just need to wait for the next update, and that will be like reflected if Sonex has distributed the point as explained by Jay.
Yeah, I see many users are excited to see their ACS points visible on their ACS dashboard. But yeah, 12 hours time period is not long. So guys, just wait to get see your ACS points gets updated.
Exactly. Yeah. Do your activity in ACS, go outside, touch some grass, and come back after like to check your points. Don't have to
Right.
check.
Yeah, there's a lot of amazing DeFi applications and other projects. So get your ACS score, and also you can stand on the leaderboard, compete with other users. So moving on to my next question, I want to unstake my Astar from old dApp staking, but it says me I need to wait for 9 days to unstake. So my token doesn't burn, right? I understand this is a basic question, but feel free to take an answer.
Yeah, I can do this. Um, so I believe when you said all dApp staking, it means like V2. Um, it's the same process for V2 or V3. When you unstake your token, there is like a what we call an unstaking period, which is lasting for 9 days. So when you trigger this, you have to come back 9 days later, and you will be able like to withdraw your token. So your token are not burned; they are everything on Astar, especially dApp staking, is happening in your wallet, meaning like the tokens are not going in a different wallet or something else or like a smart contract. They are in your wallet. You can check this on Block Explorer, like Subscan, for example. You will see that your token are in staking or locked state, but remaining in the wallet. When you unstake them, the network is proceeding to unlocking your tokens, and 9 days later you are able like to withdraw your tokens, but they are all the time they stay in the wallet. They don't move somewhere else, so there is no risk of burning those tokens.
Thanks, Jay, for answering, and G as well. Moving on to next two questions we have. And instead of sending Aster to as a native and then using the bridge to transfer it to Sonium, will there be direct transfer support from centralized exchange to Sonium? Yes. Yeah.
Okay, it seems I was muted, but I would like to. Can you go back one slide? Because I would like to
Right.
clarify the last question there. Um, there is like a misunderstanding of the user who's asking this question. First of all, yes, we did burn 20 million of the old dApp staking wallet. This dApp staking wallet was from dApp staking version 2. Those rewards who were still in that wallet are unclaimed ones from the developers back then. Nothing from the users, nothing from anybody else who staked their assets. It was mainly from unclaimed developer rewards. Most likely there is a mistake here by saying the old dApp staking period versus the old dApp staking wallet. Yes, the old dApp staking period is ended, but this is not related to the old dApp staking wallet. Let me say it like this. So no tokens are burned because I think the user here mistakenly um, got confused regarding the old dApp staking wallet and the old dApp staking period. That this question might be confusing. But as G mentioned, nothing to worry. The moment you unstake, nothing will move your wallets. You just need to wait for the unbounding period, and that's it. The tokens that were burned recently from the 20 million old dApp staking wallet, they are already burned, and this already increased the inflation, let's say, a little bit lower as well. So I think that was the mistake here from that user. Yes, please go to the next one.
Thanks for the explanation, Martin. I hope the user's answer, this has been answered for the user's question. And moving ahead, we have a question like instead of sending Aster to Aster native and then using the bridge to transfer it to Sonium, will there be direct support from centralized exchanges to Sonium? anyone
It's
can
part
do.
of it's part of the Astar Foundation mission to make sure that the Astar token itself is fully available wherever it's utilized. We also need to take in consideration the moment we add a new withdrawal blockchain to our token, this comes with a new implementation on the centralized exchange. This reflects into integration cost, marketing cost, and so forth. So we are talking actively with our centralized exchange to provide this option. But to have a much stronger case, we need to showcase a much stronger presence of Astar as well in that particular ecosystem. So the moment we see that the success of Astar momentum continues, for example, on Sonium, we will have more leveraging power to get this integration done. So we are working on it. You just need to give us a little bit more time because it will require an extra development resource from that centralized exchange. We can ask for it whatsoever, but they still need to put us as well in their development roadmap. So I would just say, wait, we are actively working on this, but it can take some time. So if it's not here today, maybe next month, but for now, the only solution is to go to L1 through Sonium. That's why it's one of the reasons why Sonium Foundation, let me say it like this, also provided the gas rebate. What does this mean? This the moment you transfer your Astar from Astar L1 to Sonium, Sonium will give you gas in return for doing this bridge transfer. So the um, bridge fee that you need to pay to transfer from Astar L1 to Sonium will be 90% rebated in e-tokens. So you get this extra present for transferring tokens to Astar. This is to support the further Astar adoption from Sonium side to show our close collaboration and partnership on the Sonium ecosystem.
Another solution is to buy a Star token on Sodium. No financial advice, obviously.
Yeah, cool. That's really good to hear that gas rebate system is coming up, and good for Astro users as well. So, cool. Let's move on to our final question for today's AMA. Why continue using Polkadot if Astra now operates on Sonium Layer 2? Wouldn't it be more efficient to fully integrate into Sonium instead?
I
Anyone?
will answer. I will answer this first, and the other ones can add more information as well. First of all, the gas rebate is already live, so don't need to wait. It's already there, so you can already utilize it. So why continue on Polkadot? Well, basically that's where the token's home is at this moment. That's where all the utility that is in the core of the asset is located. Governance, dApp staking, um, the gas fee on Astar L1. So the core feature of this token is still on Astar network on Polkadot. If you would say let's fully integrate into Sonium, what's then the core fundamentals of this token? Just a meme token or just a token on the DeFi? This is not what we want. This is not what Astar Collective is all about. The collective is here to bring more visibility and to bring Astar into our ecosystem. This doesn't mean that we um, take away the core functionalities of this token, because that's where the value also lays in this token. And the home of this token is still on our L1. We are not using Polkadot per se. We are using the tech stack of the substrate SDK for our L1. But by using that, we also take the benefits what Polkadot brings as well. So it's not that we can fully integrate into Sonium because then we will lose a lot of the core functionalities. So I hope this answers a little bit the question, but feel free to add more contents if you have any.
Yeah. Thanks, Martin. Yes, I hope it answers the user question. And if other users, if you have any more questions, you can feel free to uh, comment on our Discord and also Telegram channels. We have great communities from Korea, Japan, Italy, and also various other regional channels as well. And I think we are good for the community questions. And thanks for everyone who has asked questions. We have few picked, and we can also get more questions on our socials as well. So moving forward, Martin, feel free to share a few updates, maybe some alpha information for our community members.
And some alpha for our community members. I will go not saying alpha, but more like the transparent thing that everybody already can see. So as you can see on the ACS campaign that we are doing at this moment is on those native applications that are being deployed on Sonium. But we have things as well in the pipeline to move things even further. It doesn't mean that the projects and applications that are listed on the list of now eligible dApps is the end. There's still room to expand this. And if you have recently saw as well, we also did like a temp check with Aave for Sonium. The Uniswap version 4 contracts are deployed on Sonium, so everything is there. At the same time, what I'm doing from Astar Foundation is also talk with those tier one Ethereum projects like Aave, like Uniswap, to also ensure the moment they launch on Sonium, Astar is also there. And this gives us a great presence as well for those upcoming ones. So I would say the Astar Foundation at this moment is focusing on continue expand our um, expand our visibility into the market. And it takes some time. And yes, I know that the let's say the asset price is not meeting the standards that some people expect to meet, but this doesn't mean we are not putting the right focuses on the right places. So we are ensuring that every we do is still in the value and the integrity that Esther holds, but also to ensure that we will have the maximum exposure. So wait and see. We are not yet ready with what we are doing. We're just getting things started. So a lot of exciting things are coming up, and the journey for the ESTA Collective started this year. Now, in the end of this year, I really would like to see where the collective is going and what it will bring more. And I'm pretty positive that it will have a very positive flywheel effect about what we are doing now. So please, I know crypto is a fast moving space, but fast moving doesn't always mean that it's the right movement. So that's why Asta Foundation is always taking the right steps at the right time to ensure that we are doing the right things for the Asta value. Um, so hold on and enjoy the ACS, enjoy using your Asta on Sonium. There's so much opportunities there. Check out the liquidity emissions, check out the APY, APRs that are available. It's very excited. It's time for you to degen in because you will be well rewarded over time. And as I just said, the journey just gets started. So hope that you all buckled your seatbelts. So it will be a rocky but a very cool ride. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, Martin. G, if you would like to add on something,
Yeah,
please take.
yeah, sure. So for my closing statement, I don't want to mention anything about Sonia because we've been over this enough today. To get back on the topic about like why we keep Astar L1 as well on Polkadot, another like important aspect for me is the governance. Governance, we launched governance a few months ago. Astar had always for many years this forum where anyone was able to share ideas, provide feedbacks. The Astar Foundation tried to be as transparent as possible on everything we achieved or plan to do for Astar on the forum. Now there's like this on-chain governance. We are encouraging everyone to take action and participate in governance. ACS is a good example of what we are like trying to achieve as a community in governance. Jay, you can probably like talk about this more than me, but when we launched the first version, let's say, of the ACS campaign on the forum, it's really different from what we have at the moment. And this is because of all the feedbacks from the community members for like weeks. We have been like discussing with them on taking into consideration their opinions, what we should do differently for SES. and yeah, including like the opinions of the community. So obviously we cannot always let's say accept all the feedbacks or community of all the members, because it's impossible to have like a consensus, but we try to consider obviously like all the opinions and make the best out of this. And this is because we have a core community which we value a lot, active on the forum, voting in governance on chain, and we encourage you to continue to do this. And also for everyone new to the Astar ecosystem from Sonium, to engage as well. There is many things which are coming in governance. There is votes happening right now where you can use your Astar token on the L1 to vote and support project, not only like the initiatives we do at the foundation. And that's also like one of the main reasons we have to stay on Astar L1 with Polkadot, because like governance is a really important aspect of our ecosystem and network. And that's where we are here. It's because of this. Okay, I
Awesome.
guess.
Thanks, Jay. Jay, if you would like to add on thing more, yeah, please feel free to add.
Yes. I believe that Astar's biggest strength is on the community. And as G mentioned, there were a lot of discussion regarding ACS campaign design, including multiplier, change, um, duration of extension, and meme contest and whatnot. Um, what we're doing is is a very novel way that many can't even try. It's because Astar's community is like stronger than any other community. So based on the community, we will continue to combine two different ecosystems and expand to the collective. And please participate in the ACS campaign. And if you have any feedback, please let us know on the forum and on the Discord channel. Thank you so much.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for joining and also answering multiple user questions. And everyone, it's great to have you here today. And we are again coming up with future AMAs and hope to see you again. And there is a lot to know and lot updates coming up for you. Please join our socials and follow our updates and stay tuned. Thank you and have a nice day. Have a great weekend as well. Bye bye.